Where does your city get its water, and what is it used for? I'm Daniel Oney with the Texas Real Estate Research Center. For our special issue of Tierra Grande, Wrangling Texas Water, I looked at the supply and demand for water across the state's 25 metropolitan areas. Most of Texas's water comes from groundwater, a little over half of it. About 40% comes from surface water, that's rivers and lakes, and about 4% comes from a category called reuse or recycling water. The water that a city uses really depends on where that city is located in the state. Our geology and our rainfall differ. There's less rainfall as you go from east to west, and there are more rivers in the east and more lakes in the east because of that. As a result of those facts, cities in West Texas and South Texas tend to get most of their water from groundwater because rainfall is both lower on average and less reliable in those areas than in the eastern third of the state. So the converse of that is that in the eastern half of Texas and in the northern part of the state, surface water contributes most of the share. West Texas also tends to reuse more water than the rest of the state, again because of the relative scarcity of water in that location. The difference in water use and why some cities use far more water than average largely depends on what happens in their rural hinterlands. We have some metropolitan areas that have unincorporated land that's still used for agriculture or for energy production. Those are major water consumers. We also have some cities that have a large amount of manufacturing, and sometimes if it's things like petrochemicals, they can also use a lot of water. Once we remove agriculture, energy, and manufacturing, per capita water use across our cities is actually pretty similar.